Hey, I'm Pete, and this is Pete's Eats Cooking Videos. Today we're going to make chicken pot pie, and it is absolutely delicious. We're going to do this with chicken today, but you can use turkey, baked ham, any major leftovers you have after, for example, Thanksgiving or any family dinner that you have. Make a wonderful, delicious meat pie. And so chicken pot pie is coming up. It's going to be a family favorite of yours. I know it's one of mine. So let's begin. Here are some of the ingredients you're going to need today to make this. Don't worry about copying this all down because it will be in the bottom bar below. You're going to need some meat. In this case, I've got chicken. This is chicken that chicken breasts that I've prepared on the stovetop. Leftover chicken, turkey, ham, as I said in the intro, any of those will do. You need about 1.5 cups of that for one pie. You'll also need some onions. You'll need carrots. You will need some peas. Frozen peas are excellent, they're so convenient. And you'll need some potatoes. The potatoes have to be cooked, so leftover potatoes are excellent. You're going to need some cream. I use 35% whipping cream. You're going to need some white wine. Now, just a note on the white wine. Some people say the better the wine, the better the dish. I think that's totally false. All you need is the most economical, lowest price white wine that's dry, not sweet, and it'll do just fine. This will stay in my cupboard in the kitchen for a month, so I use it over and over again. Don't worry about it, okay? Also salt, pepper. There's also this product, herbamare, which is a very nice selection. It's a pre-mixture of spices. It's very healthy and organic and all the rest of it, so you might want to look that one up. I use it all the time. And salt, pepper, butter, and I'm going to put a little bit of fresh parsley. If you don't have fresh parsley, no worries, you can use dried parsley or any other spices that you like. Now in terms of quantities, it's really up to you. All I would say is you really need the potatoes because it's going to make the mixture come together and have a nice thickness and consistency for the pie, but the rest is totally up to you. But I'll show you the way I make it. Okay, to make this pie, you'll need a pie crust. Here's one I prepared before, and you can get the recipe for this pie crust if you click right here. Now, I've made one large pie. However, you can make a smaller pie if you want. You can make little ramekin sort of size ones so that they're lunch size. Freeze them up, take them to lunch. They're perfect for a quick lunch. And there's ramekins in all different sizes that you can use, okay? With the carrots, if you're not using leftover carrots, we're going to soften them up a bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of moisture in there, just a little bit of water, and I'm going to pop them in the microwave for about, 2 minutes. We're going to dice up the ingredients that go into the pie. So let's begin. Once you have the butter and onions in the frying pan, you want it on a medium heat. We're going to just get the onions so that they're transparent. So I have the onions and about 2 tablespoons of butter in there. I'm going to add some of the spices. So we're going to add some of the pepper while this is slowly heating up. About a half teaspoon of pepper, the herbamare. I'm pretty generous with that because I like salt, I like the saltiness, and this has a very lovely mixture of spices. And also the white wine, about a half to 1/4 cup of white wine. I'm putting that right in there, and I'm going to let it help the mixture come to a nice low rolling boil. Stirring the onions as they simmer. You definitely don't want them to brown. So let's add the carrots. About a cup of carrots we'll add in there. Remember, these are partially pre-cooked in the microwave. A little bit more. Okay. Also the potato, about a generous cup I'll put in. And the meat. Of course, it depends how meaty you want the pie to be. That should be more than enough. Now we'll add the cream. I would say about a cup and a half of 35% whipping cream. I'm just going to eyeball it. Now really all I want to do is get this to become nice and thick, bring it to a boil, get it nice and thick, and then it's really important to adjust the flavors. I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce because I like that. I don't want the pie to be hot, but I want it to have a really nice mix of flavors. So I'm just going to add a couple squirts of hot sauce. It's nothing too crazy, it's just the Frank's Red Hot sauce. That should be just fine. Now I'm going to add the parsley, the chopped parsley, and the peas. You can see some of the peas are still frozen. That's not a problem. The main thing is to get the thickness correct. You want to really get that thick consistency so when the pie bakes up, it's going to be absolutely fabulous when you cut it open. It doesn't run. Okay, this is reduced right down. I've got rid of a lot of the liquid which has evaporated, and I think we're going to be pretty good with the thickness. You can see as I move it back, you can't see all the water or all the liquid sort of gushing in. But just to be safe, I'm going to add a little bit of flour to thicken it up, about a tablespoon maybe. Okay, I'm going to do this through a sieve. I'm going to add a little bit of flour just to make sure it thickens up absolutely nicely, and then we're going to put it in the form. So here we go. There is the flour. I'm just going to stir that in to make sure it thickens up really nice. I'm going to turn that heat down now. I don't want any browning of any kind to happen. So here's a really important point. As this is thickening up at the end, you want to really make sure that you're tasting all the way. Make sure it's salty enough, sour enough. You might want to add a little bit more white wine. Peppery enough, spicy enough, all those flavors. Make sure they come together. And when they come together so much, they think, you know what, the heck with baking the pie, we can eat this, it's delicious. Just like that, that's when you make the pie, and it's going to be absolutely fabulous. Once the mixture has cooled, we're ready to put it into the pie crust. So let's begin. Okay, I'm just going to fill the pie crust now. Now I'm going to cover the pie with the top. So I'm just going to unfold the top crust, and it seems like a lot, but don't worry. Just crimp it all the way around, and it'll be more than enough. It'll be a wonderful, wonderful pie. And then I always put a few vent holes in the top. I'll just do a little bit of a cross, and then a lucky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what I also want to do is I want to take an egg wash, which is just 1 egg with about a tablespoon of milk, and just give it a nice coating, because that's going to make it really look shiny, glossy, and beautiful when it comes out of the oven, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, so now let's pop it into a 400-degree oven for about 40 minutes or so. Really, the filling is fully cooked. We just need to get that crust done. And let's hope that everyone that eats this really enjoys it. And there you go. Enjoy.